everyone, it's Gina Bulow. I'm coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome. It's been a long time since I've seen you guys. I think it was the week before Thanksgiving. I was trying to think about that as I was getting ready this morning, that I've been able to stamp with all of you. So when you guys pop on, say hello, tell me how your holidays went. In the meantime, while you guys are popping on, before we get stamping, I got a few things to share. I wanted to share some happy mail that I received. Most of you know, but in case you didn't know, I ended up having an unexpected surgery after Thanksgiving. I had to have my appendix removed. Not so fun, but all went well and all is good. And then that led into the holidays at the salon where it was extremely busy. And so I kind of been a little MIA with everything. And then I realized I had thought I had sent out an email about updating my classes and things like that, and I realized I never did that. So I'm gonna blame it on brain fog and overworking and the surgery and all of that. But we're doing well. We're kind of kicking it in gear now. Running a little slow yet. This whole sleep thing, I kind of couldn't sleep for a while. Then I got lots of sleep, and now I think I'm not sleeping again because I got too much sleep. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so I have the morning create class today. That's what we have. We have 3 nice wintry cards to make, and I'm going to flip the camera over and show you guys some of my happy mail that I received. This was so much fun, and I have to say, my kids really, they have never been excited to get the mail except since we've been in our house, and that's been like the last 2 years. Hello, Karen. And they are obsessed with getting the mail. So between Christmas cards and Happy Mail, they have been just like jumping and fighting over who can get the mail today. So, and they're really depressed when there's just bills in there. And then Landon will be in the back seat. He'll like toss it. Mom, it's just bills, and he'll just toss them at me. But otherwise, he's opening all the cards and everything before I even know that I had a card. So, so I'm going to turn this around and show you guys all of this beautiful happy mail I got. I got this one. Isn't this pretty? I love the colors. This was from Nancy. So pretty. And of course, we got a purplicious card here with beautiful butterflies. This is from Chris. Da, 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 da. She did some sponging on there. This one is pretty too, and I don't think I ever got this DSP, and I don't know why, but it's gorgeous. And this is from Miss Tracy Sorge. And then we have this one here. So pretty. So many beautiful cards I received. Look at this. Wow. This is from Deb. I had some time. I was nice. I kind of set these all aside, and then I think it was a little bit, it had to be like Christmas Day or even the next day. I finally had some time to really just sit down and admire all of these. And this was so nice to see. So look at this. This is I forget what this kit is called, but it is gorgeous. So if you are a blue lover, absolutely beautiful. This is from Jean. Ah, Karen, you made the samplers this weekend and you are loving them. That is awesome to hear. This was another kit. Like I said, I don't remember the name of the kits, but wow, some beautiful kits. So from Mary Novak, Hope Toy. Oh my goodness, such pretty cards. Thank you so much, everyone. Look at this. This is from Cheryl. And gosh, I just love all these cards. They're just beautiful. So inspiring. This is cute. I don't know what set this is. This must have been before my time. I've seen like these, but I've not seen the little chef hats. Good morning, Connie. This is from Julie. Super, super cute. And then we got Rainy Days. And this is from Chris. So look at that. So I got all this wonderful Happy Meal. Thank you so much. It definitely helped. And it made me feel really loved. So thank you once again. Anyway, so how was everyone's Christmas? We had a good Christmas. It was very relaxing. We just kind of sat around, ate way too much food, and yep, it was junk food. And here we are now, a few days later, and it's all over just like that. And Mother Nature came in with a force yesterday with a storm that came through. So I'm ready to stamp. I don't know about you guys, but I really missed. I didn't realize. I put a post out there on my Facebook page. It had been like almost 3 weeks since I was really in my craft space, and I didn't realize how much I missed it, and sitting in my chair and just creating and stuff. So it was really exciting to be back in there and creating. So now let's get creating with you guys this morning. So I have some wintry cards. Everything is kind of wintry. Oh, Tyler's out there. He's breaking out the snow blower. So here's our first card. It is just kind of a, I just thought of nature, you know, outside. We could actually put some snow on here, put some white craft ink or something, or white embossing powder on that. That would be another option that you could do with this card. But I just thought, 'tis the season now. We're starting a new year. Gotta stock up on those birthday cards, right? So we're gonna start off with a piece of Mossy Meadow. And then I have a piece of espresso with that Country Woods DSP. We're gonna layer these together. And I was even smart enough to save some space here, or save some cardstock, I should say, by cutting out my dies beforehand. Okay, and then we have the Baker's Twine. That is espresso and Old Olive. And I know it's Old Olive, but it works. It's not an exact match, but it's close enough. So we're gonna have a longer piece here. We're gonna fold it in half. So I got one long piece, folded it in half. And we're going to take our tear tape and wrap it around. And I'm not going to put this exactly in the center. I'm going to bring it a little bit. Oh gosh, you guys, I didn't even flip the camera over. I'm going to bring this a little bit over, or I should say down a little bit lower. So slightly lower than halfway through. I'm out of practice. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. That's how long it's been. I feel like it's been, I'm gonna say like 5 weeks now since I've been behind the camera. So I'm glad everything for the most part was coming up and doing what it was supposed to. And I didn't have to 911 Chris this morning and get her out of bed and go, Chris, help me. Okay. So now that we have our ribbon on, we can adhere this to our card base. I have such an itchy nose today. I don't know why that is, but I keep scratching it here. Okay. Now you're going to have a branch with its leaves, and then you're going to have 2 in mossy. So what we're going to do is we are going to take and cut. You can cut it wherever you want. You could cut it right here at the edge. You could go a little bit lower. You could leave more of a green stem if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave a little bit of the stem, and then we're going to adhere these over the top of our espresso ones. And the way you'll know which one goes to which, look at the space in between your pine leaves, and that'll tell you which one goes where. And you could offset them a little bit or place them exactly like they're meant to be. I don't mind that there'll be a little bit of a shadow. So I'm okay with them not being exact. So like that. And then we've got a brand new Stella. So for those of you who have never used a Stella pen, it comes with this black little circle thing on it. You have to take that off. That gets thrown away. And then you screw this back on and try not to squeeze too much. You don't want too much of your Stella coming out, and it tells you right on there where to push, and you can see it coming through. Oh, I got a little bit there. Ooh, mine is not coming out like it's supposed to. Oh no. Here I thought, I'm going to show you guys how it's done, and it's not coming out like it's supposed to. Okay, well, we've got a little sparkle here, and that's what matters. So I'm going to Stella up these guys. I've never had a little, you guys can see a white blob here. I've never had that before. I have to take this little pen apart and see what's going on. Interesting. Okay, so we have that. You've got this banner here. We're just going to take and cut it in half, not quite in half, whichever you want to do. You're going to just separate it. And we have our circle here. So and it even kind of frosted my pines, so I have like a white cloudy look to my pines. Very interesting. I've never had that happen with a Stella before. Has anybody else run into that issue before? Okay, so I am going to bring in my espresso, and we're using the branching out stamp set. So we have, we're going to make this a happy birthday card. Today's all about birthdays because you know what? Today is my birthday. So I thought it'd be fun to just make a bunch of birthday cards. Plus I need to stock up on birthday cards. So we're bringing in happy birthday. I even have everything all in blocks already. Okay, so you're going to grab your happy birthday, and it is up to you what you would like to do. I have placed my happy birthday slightly to the right on this card. I'll center it for this card, or you could slightly center it off to your left. Completely up to you what you want to do. But I just thought I liked it off-center just a little bit. And maybe this one I'm going to do more to the left. We're going to try that. Thank you, Donna. Okay, so we have that. And then we're going to bring in our pecan pie. And in that set, we also have these little dots right here. I'm going to add that to our label, and I'm going to stamp off with them. So we've added our dots here. And now we can add our pines. And you could separate these two, which I might do in this one. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. This is how I stamp, you guys. I sit there and I play with this and I move it around, and we're just going to put it down because sometimes I overthink it. Do you guys ever get like that when you're stamping and you just overthink things? And I don't mean to. I don't know. So I'm going to bring in those dots again. I just want to add a few more up and through there. There. Fill in that blank space a little bit. Now there is a little pine cone stamp if you have the stamp set. So you're going to take and stamp a pine cone on here, or two. In my case, we're doing two. So just like that. And since we have our ink out, I think we should do our inside. So we're going to do our inside, and we're going to stamp "Wishing you a day filled with many happy moments." And we're going to stamp that in espresso. Thank you, Karen. And then there is a branch piece. I'm going to stamp that in pecan. You could stamp it in espresso. I stamped it originally in espresso on my first card, but I think I'm going to like the softness of the pecan pie a little bit better. So I just stamped a partial branch on there, so just the tip of the branch. So just up through there. And then they have multiple like pines on this one. So these are one stamp and these are one stamp, but then they have the individual. I like to use the individual one so I can place my pines wherever I want. And it definitely needs some re-inking here on my mossy meadow. And then of course I'm going to add a little pine cone in here, just like that. So now our inside is done. Clean off my stamps a little bit. So what is everyone doing on this cold, wintry day? At least if you're in Wisconsin. I know we had a fellow bee who posted last night on her Facebook page that I think it had only been snowing a couple hours and she already had 5 inches where she is. So we didn't get that much, but I can only imagine. So now we're going to take those banner pieces and I'm going to Put some dimensionals on them. I wonder if my son will just wake up and think he should snow blow too. I'm just hearing the snow blower out there and I'm thinking, I doubt it. Okay, so I'm going to nestle this banner below my ribbon and above my ribbon. Just leaving, I just wanted my banner just a little bit longer. So we're stretching it out like that. And now we can adhere our circle. So that's gonna go like this, so you don't even see the gap. And this is longer than the banner, so it works out really nice. Then we're gonna make a double bow here and adhere that right there. So does anyone have any plans for the new year? I will be crafting. That's what I will be doing. Probably play some games with the kids. Okay. And use a glue dot. So our bow is adhered, and we just need our gems, which we're going to use the streaked dots. Good morning, Marlene. I love these streaked dots. This would be a nice addition for them to keep in the catalog. And then we just need to adhere our inside, and our first card is complete. Now these kits are $19 plus shipping. I need to talk to Christine when I'm done to find out. Usually so I'm kind of opposite Christine as far as shipping goes. I ship after, so all of December's classes will ship in January, and so I usually try to correlate because so many of you order from me and from Chris, and to help you guys save on shipping, we will I have to check to see what her January shipping date is, and I know with the escape coming up, so I'm gonna have to check on that. So anyways, that's when the rest, I should say all of the classes, because I'm doing all of my December classes this week because I had to cancel those few due to surgery. So everything is this week. You guys are going to get a ton of me. So anyways, this is our first card. Reach out if you guys would like kits. This is where you guys can find me, is my Facebook page. You can email me, or here is my phone number. You could call or text. Let's see. We are under a massive bomb cyclone, strong winds and snow after freezing rain all day yesterday. And you're in Michigan near Lake Huron. Oh my goodness. I thought we had it bad. We had rain all day yesterday too, Donna. And then I don't think the weather turned until later last night for us here in Fond du Lac anyways. Wow. We did not have a cyclone warning though, so that is kind of scary. So I hope you are hunkered in and staying warm and not have to be out in this weather. Oh my goodness. And did I say it was my birthday? Yes, it is my birthday today. So next card we have, and the DSP is going to speak for itself. I think that's what makes this card. So any of you who get this kit, just know that your DSP is going to look slightly different than mine. So we use that, the Lights of Aurora DSP, and we just brought in some snowflakes and kept the card really simple, but it is so pretty. Okay, so we have some Secret Sea. I have to say, you guys know I love orange, but I really have to say I feel like Secret Sea is the bomb. I love a Secret Sea. So we have a piece of balmy blue here that is embossed with So Swirly. And then here is our DSP. Hello, do I hear someone?
Happy birthday
Miss Janet's here, guys.
Happy birthday to
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Gina.
You make a
Happy
birthday
birthday to
singing
you.
on video. Oh, well, thank you. Let me give you a quick hug. Are you guys staying for a while, or are you headed back home right
Heading
away?
back.
Okay. All right.
Heading back.
All right. Well, I'll chat with you later
Okay,
then.
sounds
Okay.
good.
Look at that. Goodies delivered right on video. Look at that. Oh, this is going to tip. Here. Oh. And my chair almost tipped too, guys. Whew. Okay. So, getting back to our card here. So we got So Swirly. We've got our piece of DSP. And that's just going to go over the center here. Ah, look at those hearts. Thank you, guys. You guys know how to make a girl feel special. So this will go in the center, like so. And we'll adhere this to our card base. Ta-da! And then, oh, we have our beautiful snowflakes. So this is from the Snowy Delights. I get confused. Sometimes Snowy Delights and Snowflake Kisses, and I sometimes forget which ones go where. But this is from Snowy Delights. So we're going to adhere these together. They braved the weather today coming in. I think John had a doctor's appointment today, so they were braving it, and hopefully they're going home to hunker in too. So I put my tall points together and my short points together. So we have that together, and then this goes on your card, but I'm going to use on the little circles that go around, I'm going to put some dimensionals. So I think since today's my birthday, we should have a prize, right? So anyone, let me see, what do I want to do? Anyone who likes and shares my video will be entered into a prize just for today. So just this video, okay? I know I do it for the whole month too, so you'll get double whammy. So there'll be a prize just for today, and then there will be a prize for the whole month of December. So if you share my video today, and let's say you shared my video on Wednesday, so each time you share my video, you'll get in on the drawing, but there'll be a special drawing just for today. How's that sound? So that is going to go there, and then we have our little label, and we're going to stamp lots of love. And we will keep this out. We will stamp our inside. So we've got lots of love, and I really like this sentiment from this set. This is from Snowflake Kisses. May the chill of winter be worn by love and friendship. And if this was a birthday card, then you could just put like happy birthday underneath it. So we'll stamp that in Secret C. And then we have some snowflakes we're going to stamp in Balmy Blue. So we're just going to turn this around so that our snowflakes look slightly different. I want to put one more, I think, right here. There we go. So we've got our border of snowflakes. And I will tell you guys, you're going to see lots of snowflakes this week. Okay, so this we will add here right away so I don't lose it. There we go. And then to put my ribbon on, and because this ribbon is a little bit wider than my label, but I still have to keep it close together, and we have this glimmer here. And put some tear tape right over the top of that, slightly above the middle. And then I'm just going to add another piece, hello Polly, another piece of tear tape on the ribbon, so that when I fold this over, it adheres. So what happens sometimes is especially with like the thicker ribbon, if you used any of the real red ribbon, sometimes when you're layering like this, it gets all bulky and there is not enough, I guess, tape. So you want to make sure that you adhere this so that your ribbon stays down. Otherwise, what happens is you find that your label and part of your ribbon will actually pop up off your card. So this is gonna just make sure that your ribbon and that stays adhered to your card, like that. Okay, thank you, Polly and Lisa. So we're just gonna banner those ends. And then, of course, we're gonna add some dimensionals to our label. Oh, 8 inches of snow so far. Ooh, are we supposed to get more snow today? I didn't think we were supposed to get more snow. I hope we're not getting more snow. Which is crazy because we had snow for Thanksgiving and then most of our snow all melted. I mean, there was traces of it still there for Christmas, and now it's after Christmas and we're getting more snow. But no, like, I can't say we had a really pretty white Christmas. Okay, so then this will go right on top like that. Look at that. How pretty. Like I said, just the paper alone speaks for itself. And then these beautiful gems that go with this set. So some of you will get white, some of you will get blue. They're all beautiful. So there you go, finish off with these gems. And there we go, card number 2, all done, all sparkly. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and for our final card, we have a snowman. So, and this card actually got changed based on the gems we just used, because originally this card I had brought in Flirty Flamingo, but then I was looking through my stash of what could I use for ribbon and gems and all that, and Flirty Flamingo got sent to the basket and in came Highland Heather. So that was the gems were actually the inspiration for this color combination. So we have Summer Splash. How fun is that? A little bit different color. I really like this color, but I don't get to use it enough. And then this is from the Nests of Winter DSP. I know, I love this snowman too, Polly. I don't know about you guys, but this has to be one of my favorite little, I don't know, character kind of sets. There's Santa and an elf with this, and I really enjoyed this. Okay, so now this is the label from the branching out. We're gonna bring this in here with our Coastal Cabana. I did bring in Summer Splash. You could bring in Summer Splash, but I wanted to make sure that my ink stayed a little bit on the lighter side, and it also helps that I need to obviously re-ink this one also. So remember, we're going to start off our page, and we're just going to add a little bit of color, and by adding this little bit of color, it's going to allow our snowflake and our snowman to kind of just pop off the page a little bit. And I probably don't even need to go off of the page because, like I said, I need to do some re-inking apparently. That's what I should do this week while I'm off. Go through all of my ink pads and just make sure everything is inked up good. Good way to start the new year off, right? And so what I did to tell if I felt like I had enough color or not is I laid my snowflake on here, and if I could see enough contrast, which I do, then I knew like I could stop adding color. But then I wanted just a little bit more. So then I brought in my blend, and I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to smack it against my bone folder. And you're going to get these nice little splatters on here, like that. So, I don't know if you guys can see that on screen, but there you go. You can see a little bit there. So I'm going to set that aside. We're going to stamp up, which I should have done this first. Normally you would want to use Memento ink to color with blends. I love to use Secret C. It is the new black in my opinion. You guys have heard me say that over and over again. And so one thing you want to make sure that you do with this is make sure you let it dry before using your blends on it right away. So finish up some stamping, do your backgrounds, do things like that, and then go through and color. Or you could use a heat tool too. Oops. Oopsies. Let's see if I can get some of my ink off. I dropped it over the top. We're gonna have a dirty snowman maybe. Okay, well, I'm not too worried about the hat, but we got most of it off of our snowman. That's what matters. So we'll set him aside while we do some of this other stuff. So this is going to get popped up. And that'll go on here like that. Then we're going to bring in our snowflake and add a little adhesive. And I'm just going to do the inside here. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
Christmas candy.
she's emptying out the house.
Don't want it at my house.
So I'm putting this slightly off of our label piece here. We'll stamp our Celebrate. Now I'm using Celebrate from Unbound Love. And that just fits. On there like that. And here is our inside. So our inside, we're going to put Happy Birthday with Highland Heather. And then we'll bring in our Coastal Cabana and stamp a snowflake or two. I think we're just going to put it here on the corner like that. Ta-da! All right, so this can go on the inside of our card. And I do love this color combination together. It's so nice, bright, and cheery. Okay, so we have a little bit of strip. I think this is like 3/8 of a strip here of Highland Heather, and that goes behind and then we're just going to angle the ends. So now our snowman should be ready to color. So I've got Timid Tiger, and Highland Heather, and we do not have Coastal Cabana as a marker, so we have Summer Splash. So what I like to do is always, I use my darker, and I color where I think there would be some shadows or some darker color, and then I will go through with my light and blend in with my light blend. And we have one more little stripe here on the top, and then we can bring in our Summer Splash. I have to say, I really like this as a winter color combination. I colored with the light one, now I'm bringing in the dark one. Obviously, I couldn't tell the difference between the two. That's what happens when you don't look at the if it's the dark or the light one, and you just assume by looking at it that you know. So there you go. There's our adorable little snowman. Okay, so he'll get popped up now. Like that, and then we're going to take a little bit of that gold and white twine and weave a little bit of that behind this. So you're going to take a little bit like this, and what I do is I just kind of loop it back and forth. It almost looks like a bow, actually. And then I'll add a few dimensionals to the back. Or maybe a lot of dimensionals. Okay, So that's just gonna get tucked in down below. I wanna see his little scarf yet. And then we'll bring in our purple gems. Ta-da! And there is our adorable little snowman. Good morning, Suzanne, and our inside. So that is our 3 cards for today and my hot mess I got going on. So, like I said, these kits will be available to order. I'm not sure when Christine's shipping date is, so for sure you guys get this for a week, but you can let me know. You can send me an email. Cost is $19 plus shipping. If you want shipping with Christine, you need to let me know that, because then that'll change your shipping price. But otherwise, that is what I have for you as far as today goes for our crafting business. Now, I will be back lots this week. So once I confirm with Chris again, I am going to, let's see, so I've got my calendar here. So tomorrow I'll be back at 10 o'clock and I'm going to do the technique class that I had to reschedule. Technique class, we're using the snowflake masks and making some snowflake cards. So really excited to show you guys some cool stuff with that. And then I am hoping to do, I did my creative surprise box. So for those of you who got that box, this is going to be a private video for those of you who purchased that box. So I'm hoping to go live at like noon for that class. Since I never sent out the email with the updated changes, maybe we'll move bingo out another week. And it's just going to be winter bingo. And then I'm hoping to be back again at 10 o'clock on Wednesday, which is New Year's Eve. And I'm going to do this month's scrapbook workshop class. And that is going to be using Peaceful Days. I'll kind of just give you guys a peek at the scrapbook pages. So we've got 6 alternative pages with this kit, and there'll be 5 cards. I don't have the cards here, but I grabbed the scrapbook pages. So this is kind of a mix of, with the kit came a lot of flowers, but I kind of tried to mix it so the flowers kind of went with winter. So we've got some, I'm so excited that we have vellum back. So we've got some vellum snowflakes. You can see it right here. So that's using the snowflakes that we did. And there were some cool trees in here. So kind of kept this a little more neutral winter. And I like the pecan pie with the blues. I think gives it kind of a little rustic feel to it. So those are the pages we will be creating on Wednesday. Like I said, I'm just gonna double check with Christine on everything, and hopefully you guys will see the streams will be posted then, and then I will be able to my Facebook page. Words were not coming to me. So I will get things loaded up on my Facebook page. So you guys will get lots of me. It's been 5 weeks without me. And then you guys are going to get everything thrown into a couple of days here. So thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like and share and let me know that you did my video, because there'll be a special drawing for today. And all week long there'll be a drawing for the month of December, so you'll get your name in the hat for that twice. Other than that, I think that's all I've got for you guys right now. So I hope you are all staying hunkered in if you're dealing with this weather that's coming through, and staying warm. And it is a perfect day to sit in your stamp studio and stamp away. So anyways, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye now.